All right, everybody. Tonight we got a good one going into the holidays. Something everybody needs to hear. Some may have heard it before, most have not, because we have a lot of new clients on here. So tonight, Coach Tomas will be presenting. So I'm going to mute everybody. Tomas, unmute yourself after I mute everybody. And if you have any questions, does everybody know how to use the emojis to raise your hand?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. If you don't, just write something in the chat and I'll check it. All right. And then Tomas can answer. All right, Tomas, it's on you, brother.
What's up, team? Thanks to everyone hopping in. Shout out to all Body Absolutely. Okay. Did you hear me? Like it went down. Okay. Okay. So shout out to everyone who hopping in this live training. Everyone at Body Up Elites that are here. Special shout out to my gang. Let's get going. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. So as I said, as Eric said, sorry, holidays are around the corner and we already went through Thanksgiving. So what best time to do a holiday and vacation survival guide? I have a lot of clients that also they are traveling to visit their families. So let's get ahead of that. Christmas around the corner, New Year's Eve upcoming. So number one thing that I want to address, have a plan, right? Number one thing, let your coach know. I always tell my clients that communication is a big piece in everything. Tell your coach that what you're going to do, the specifics from where you're going to stay, or basically where you're going to travel, so you can plan out together. Sometimes I get with my clients together, quick meeting, 10 to 15 minutes call. We plan out and we take advantage from vacation and we do not fall off. Same thing with the holidays, right? If you have the opportunity to pick where you're going to stay, always make sure you pick an Airbnb over a hotel. I like to say also control what you can, okay? So Airbnb is better because you'll be able to have a kitchen access and not all the meals are going to be in a restaurant or picked up from a store, right? So you can have some control over that. One thing that Greg, shout out to Greg, taught me is do some research about the area, see what restaurants you want to hit, see what supermarkets you have in the area, see if you have gym access. Basically, do some research of your area so you know where you're going to get your steps, and you can get ahead of that again with a plan. Okay, the day of traveling, make sure you pack your snacks. It's easier when you are traveling with car, but you can always take your snacks into a plane too, right? I'll talk a little bit about which snacks you can pack in the next slide, okay? One really important thing that I want to address, having a plan does not mean that you're not going to be having fun, right? You can absolutely have fun while staying on track with a plan, while traveling and during your holidays, okay? After holidays are over or you come back from a trip, you'll be thankful that you stay on track and you follow the plan, okay? Really, really important. Don't lose sight of what's truly important for yourself, your goals, your big why, your health, why you're doing this, okay? So, good snacks to take with yourself for a trip. Number one, PRD, protein ready drink. You have it in here. I don't know if you see my pointer. But I'll start with a list of non-perishable, always easier because they will last longer. That chopsticks, beef jerky. I like Strive and Epic. They are clean beef or whatever meat bars you can get. Collagen packets or protein packets, you can get them in Amazon, in the supermarket. Nut butter pouches, you have Justin's. I prefer 100%, for example, peanuts, protein powder already mentioned. Pre-made protein shakes, you have it in here. Core Power Elite, one of my go-to, 42 grams of protein, 240 calories, basically 2 scoops of protein and water in there, and they taste great. No, not in most of the pre-made shakes that you can find out there. Protein bars, a bag of raw nuts, mixed also, or trail mix, whatever you prefer. And the perishable snacks that I recommend is, for example, hard-boiled eggs, high in protein, convenient. Greek yogurt, deli meat. Applegate Farm is a good brand. I'm not sponsored by them, but I wish. Pearl, pre-packed on-the-go olives, cottage cheese, cheese sticks. I like to tell a lot more store cheese sticks are my favorite one. Pay attention to the fat, so it's low in calories. I prefer that. That is personal choice. Who has a good snack that they want to share with everyone else that they usually pack for their trips or holidays? Paul, you're muted. You want to talk?
Pistachios.
Pistachios, yeah. They're packed with calories, great snack when you cannot have a good meal. You improvise with that. You get some meal replacement, I like to call it. Who else?
Read the chat, Tomas.
Okay,
Somebody suggested
I don't
soft.
have, I cannot see the chat.
You should be able to. You
Oh
click
yeah,
on
I
chat
can
on the
see
bottom.
now. Wait,
You got soft boiled eggs by Joseph. Steph said hummus. Hummus is a good one.
yep,
You can get a lot of calories from hummus.
yep, it's a really good
Shoot,
one
dry
too.
cereal. I take dry cereal sometimes.
Yep. Someone else wants to share it? Okay, let's keep going. So, really important, right? Your priority should always be quality food and protein-packed foods, okay? Never forget that nutrition is always the most important thing. I like to say that nutrition is 90% of everything you do. So don't forget about that. If you have the option to pick, always go for nutrient-dense food like steak, eggs, fruits, vegetables over pastry, or cereal. I mean this because basically this nutrient-dense food and high in protein will keep you satiated longer. That means that you will not be always snacking on different things and you will not be hungry an hour later, right? So pick that. Another great tool that you have when you travel is using the barcode scanner, okay? If you cannot cook, you have access to a grocery shop. Almost everything nowadays has a barcode scanner that you can use. Take advantage of that, right? You're not taking your food scale. Some people like to take it, but if you're not taking it, just use the barcode scanner. It's convenient and easy. One really important thing that I want to address, make sure you track everything, okay? So we coaches, we work with data. So the most accurate the data is, the better for both of us, okay? Nowadays, as I said, going back to this research, almost every restaurant has nutrition information online if you Google it, or in Macros First, or whatever tracking app that you use, okay? Just make sure you're not lazy. Do some plan beforehand, and you will win your vacation. I like to tell my clients, plan at the beginning of the day or the night before. Just get ahead of whatever you're going to face for the day, okay? So let's say that you cannot control the food that you have access, right? What if the options of food are limited? Number one thing, pick the best options available from what you have. Okay. If the options are not good and you cannot pick a better option, just make sure you have a little bit of everything. Have half servings instead of full servings, so you do not go over your nutrition requirements. Also, a good strategy is keeping snacks high in protein and low calories. Again, PRD plus water or protein shakes. They are convenient, high in protein, will keep you satiated longer, and they are low calories too. Okay. One thing that you can do, I did it with a few of my clients. Talk to your coach to add some calories, right? Go to maintenance calories. Be aware that this can cause some inflammation that will keep you stay on track. Maybe having an extra drink or something that you want to eat. Some people that are pretty low with the calories, they can get the advantage, and it's a good time to refit and get our metabolism going again. Okay. For example, you have it in here. Thanksgiving, turkey, green beans, right? Protein, turkey high in protein, green beans high in fiber, high in nutrients. So as you see, you have a lot of options. You pick the best that you can. Okay. So really important. Okay. Never forget about the basics, right? Small wins will always add up big. Okay. Number one thing, increasing activity levels. Okay. If target to double your energy output. Okay. Remember that weight loss is activity levels and nutrition, right? So if we increase activity levels, we have some more flexibility with nutrition. Understanding that we're going to be estimating a little bit and not going to be 100% accurate with what we're doing. Okay. If you normally do 10K steps, go for 20K. Okay. Best way to get to know a city if you're traveling is doing some tourism, right? Getting to know the place. Walk it, go for runs. Some people like to know the city going for runs. Okay. So target doubling your energy output. One good thing that I like to add when I travel is 20 to 30 minutes workouts. Just if you don't have a gym access, no problem, right? No gym, no problem. Get some push-ups, squats, lunges, planks. Body weight is all that you need. Maybe some jumping jacks or running or whatever, a thing that can raise your heart rate up. Put a timer of 20, 30 minutes and get going, right? Quick workout, effective. Embrace that travel workouts are not going to be as perfect as when we have everything available. Okay, embrace that. Make sure you stay hydrated. Okay, that you bring your water bottle. If you add electrolytes to keep hydration in a better spot, that's always useful too. Get some sunlight. Okay, it's always beneficial. Some vitamin D, and also will help you with your circadian rhythm, and it will promote better sleep. Okay, if we sleep better, we recover better, and everything works better. Hormone regulation, all of that boring stuff that coaches take care of. Okay, we need to chat really quick. Yep, or ask your coach to set up body weight exercises for sure. So one really important thing, I got the Santa Claus right there saying that slow down. Okay, eat until you're satisfied and not full or stuffed. The most effective way could be also the simplest one, right? Taking your time to eat is a really important tool that you can implement. One thing that you can add to this is basically doing a fork technique. Every bite you take, you place the fork in the table, so that's how you can pace yourself. Okay. The eating slow strategy will help you avoid overeating. Okay, for two main reasons. Number one, physiological. Why? We have an hormone that takes 15 to 20 minutes that tells you when you're satisfied. Okay, and if you slow down your meal, it allows you to that happen. Okay, a good example for this is when you, for example, you eat out and the meal wasn't enough, and you say, "Let's order something else," and they take 20 minutes to bring it, and when they bring it, it's like, "I'm already full," right? That's why your hormone takes the time to get there. If you eat slowly, that will not happen. Has someone experienced this before?
Yes.
Yes. Jasmine?
Yes, sir.
When?
Usually in restaurants like Olive Garden, when they're bringing that next bowl of soup. Because I already munched on the
Ooh.
bread and the salad and then my meal, and then it's like, you want another soup? And it's like, oh, that soup was real good. And then they bring it and it's like, oh man, I don't want it anymore. I'll just take it to go.
Yeah, and they give you a lot of food in Olive Garden. They give you the breads, the soup that you can pick, the salad. I like the salad in there, and then the main plates comes in there, and it's like, oh, I'm already full. I might take it home, and it's packed with calories. So be aware, plan ahead for that. Going back to the same thing, Tyler says that she always keeps her bands. Also, bands are an easy way to do some workouts when you're away, and they do not take a lot of space. So a great thing that you can do, body weight and bands. Make sure you tell your coach once again, so they can help you with that. Okay. The other thing, as far as why it's effective to eat slowly, is the psychological part, not the physiological. Okay. Is that when you sense the food, you savor your food, you feel happier or content with less, right? This means that you will eat less, but you will enjoy it. Okay. So one thing that I want again to show from this Santa meme, let's eat the damn turkey first. So again, protein first, slow down. Protein will keep you satiated longer, and you will start feeling full sooner if you take your time. Okay. Okay. I always like to tell what things to avoid. Okay. So let me check the chat really quick if there's something in there. My body scale and food scale. Yeah, some people like to take the food scale, and that's way better. But some others, they rely on the barcode scanner, and I'm cool with that. As long as you can use the barcode scanner, that's fine. Okay. But yeah, if you can pack your food scale, you can pack your human scale. Your coach will greatly appreciate that. So you can gather data. Okay. As I said, what things to avoid. Okay. Number one thing, saying F it, I'm going to enjoy myself. Really, really easy way to mess it up and fail and not succeed. Okay. Number two, you already talked about this, not having a plan or improvising. Okay. If you have a plan, it's always easier to respect it. If you improvise, you will most likely don't do what you need to do. So make sure you have a plan, right? Going back to everything we mentioned, having a set time to work out, time blocking, waking up time, bedtime. If you have that, it's always easier to respect it. Okay, same thing for this. If you have plan for your vacation or for your holidays, it's always easier to follow it. Okay, please don't forget about your goals. I'm 100% positive that when holidays are over or your trip finishes, you're going to still want your goals, right? And also, forgot to add it in there, your purpose, right? Your big why. Why are you doing it? That's your fuel right there. So don't forget about that. Don't let other people that do not care about themselves or your goals influence you. Okay, you need to be set in stones when you want something. Okay, don't be influenced by other people. One really important thing, like don't let a few days of enjoyment or after the plan ruin 3 or 6 months of progress that you put in the work and your hard work for that. Okay. And last thing, going back to what I already mentioned, embrace that it's not going to be perfect. So do not do nothing. Okay. So going back again to the other slide, small things add up. Okay.
Tomas, I got a question for the group.
Yep.
I got two questions. First part question is, who has went on vacation and said fuck it and came back and was upset at themselves?
Me.
All the time.
I've done it myself.
I
Right?
did it on Thanksgiving.
Oh, right. Did you do it on
Every
Thanksgiving because it
vacation
was
ever.
home?
Like no,
you-
I was in Colorado. Like every day, I stuck to my goals. Like I had brought a whole bunch of like protein, shakes and whatnot, and like I really did stick to my goal because my friend, I was at her house, but like Thanksgiving,
Mhm.
Tomas is my coach, and I was like, yeah, of course I'm gonna stick to my goal today. I'm like, but Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday.
Yeah, so it was hard to do so.
No, I still I worked it off, but I was still kind of like upset with myself. But I was
Mhm.
like, Thanksgiving's like my holiday, so it was hard for me not to eat a little bit
Indulge.
of everything. Yeah.
Right. So what could you do next time? How did that make you? What did that do to you mentally to help you next time?
I think for me, it helped me realize, due to it being Thanksgiving, like I can still essentially eat the food I want, but honestly, like in moderation and like when my friends like prepping it and whatnot, just have like more stuff than what I had charted on my macro apps because I don't think that I fully charted accurately on that specific day. So I'm like, for future tense, like help her cook or weigh the stuff like for myself, like while she's cooking.
So was this your first time having to apply that plan to a
Yeah.
holiday?
Yes.
So look at it. So look at it like this: do alcoholics or drug addicts go to rehab and get fixed the first time?
No, I don't think so.
Right, because of what? Okay, so just listen to the logic in it. Because of what? They're still weak to what they're addicted to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that as poisonous as it is, it's become their norm, right? So your norm was to do what?
Normally just
Overeat on Thanksgiving
eat to
because
my
it was your
heart's desire.
favorite holiday. Right. So now what you've learned is how to enjoy yourself and improve yourself at the same time. And that's the goal.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So it was a lesson taught that you learned from. So you didn't lose, you learned.
Yeah.
That's the trick. Don't lose. You learn, right?
Mhm.
Failing and being defeated are two different things.
Yeah.
Being defeated means you're done. Failing means you tried and it didn't work. So do it again.
Yeah. I think for the other lesson I learned, because while I was there, the hotel I was at did have a gym. So I was still working out. And I'm like, on like those type of situations, instead of just working out once, maybe go on a long walk after that. Or like
Right.
work some of it off or do another evening workout later on. or
But
something.
you were still active. That's what matters. You made time to be active at least. So
I
that's a
did.
good thing. Tim said always invest in loss. Scott, if you can't figure it out, just eat half. That works. Good ones. Tomas, are you reading the chat?
It also
Yes, I
helps
have
when
it
Coach Thomas sends you a video of Matt saying, "Don't eat everything on Thanksgiving." That's pretty helpful
Yeah.
when you get that the
See, he
morning
didn't
of.
even send me that, and he's my coach. What do you mean?
Sounds like you should have sent that out to everybody, Tomas.
Yeah, some clients miss my information.
All right, go ahead, man. I won't keep.
Okay. So Scott and Steph, you want to share your experience? Steph says waiting food is hard. I mean, the holidays, that's why I said like control what you can control and don't focus on what you cannot control. Okay. I like Scott Duncan mentioning that. Okay, we'll move forward. Okay, just don't forget to not do nothing. Okay, a little bit thing can add up to be great. Okay, one important thing. Okay, I'm going to give also a shout out to Matt. Okay, he sometimes says that he wants to enjoy his coronas. Okay, so going back to the same thing, have a plan. Okay, one thing that I always tell my clients is as long as you can fit it in your macros and you do it often and not every day, I'm cool with that. Okay, that is what is going to keep you in the long run. And always remember that we're going long term with this. Not a quick fix, is to learn how to implement it every day. Going back to this topic, have one drink, okay, and then switch to sparkling water with lime or water, okay. Sometimes in these gatherings or meetings that we go, there can be some pressure to drink, so having sparkling water with lime seems as a beverage, and also you'll keep hydrated during your drinking time, okay. If you know that you're going to have a drink, plan on how many drinks you can have and still meet your nutrition targets. Okay, so again, going back to the same boring thing, have a plan. Do not improvise. Okay, and track it before you have it. And make sure that the next day you stay hydrated. One of the following slides talk about what to do next day if you don't do great. But just make sure that you limit your alcohol intake, see how much drinks you can have that fall along your nutrition targets, and plan for it, okay? Tequila is 100 calories, yeah. Yep, it's always hard when your family pressures you to eat. As I said, you have there, like, there can be some pressure. I know it's not easy, but don't try to get influenced by them, right? They do not care. So set your own limits for that. Hydration, Eric, yeah. Stay hydrated the next day, okay? Electrolytes, if you have access to those, are great too. Here is the slide that I mentioned, right? It will happen, right? That maybe one day you go over, maybe one day you say just F it. It's human nature. Sometime will happen. It could be in vacation. It could be in holidays. But the best way to or what you should be doing after that is like get them back on track right away, right? This can happen, and we need to accept it. You do not need to sweat it out in the gym, spend 3 hours working out, running for 5 hours and doing 30,000 steps, like you'll just feel worse than the day before. So just get back into good habits. Do what your coach suggests you to do. Have a plan for the following day and just do normal. Okay. Even if you do not do right with one meal, next meal is a great opportunity to turn that around. Okay. Don't let that small mistake mess your whole day, your whole week. Just get back to it, okay, right away. Going to read the chat really quick. Okay. Okay, who someone was able, like, when they had a bad decision or a bad meal and they just the other way they thought like I need to sweat this out and they just spent 3 hours on the gym or 3 hours running. Someone did that before?
To keep from drinking too much. Last year before last, I would always think, how many miles do I have to run? Because normally like 2 miles or 3 miles is like 350 or 400 calories. I saw somebody post like 100 calories is a shot of tequila or something. Like, man, that means I can only have 2 shots or 3 shots, and I'd have to run this far. Like, do I really want to run that? Do I really want to run that far? But that's what I would think to, but that was to not drink so much.
I mean, Steph, especially if you hate running.
Yeah, but I used to like running though, and
Really?
but time and all this other stuff, and yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't like running. Like, I don't know how people like running. I'll get better. I like to do with a ball in my feet, but running, I hate it. Like
You
preseason
play
started,
soccer, man. How do you not like running?
That's literally what I was about to say.
Yeah.
What?
Hey,
Come on,
y'all be surprised how many people play actual
He's like,
sports
I'm
that
a goalie.
require running and hate running.
Yeah,
Because I
so I
played
remember.
basketball for 20 years and I despised running without the basketball. I despised it. Like, this is stupid. Why am I sprinting up and down the court? Until it was game time and you understood why you had to run. It sucked.
Yeah, and I remember one of my college professors, like he asked the track and field team, like, why do you like running? Like, you do what everyone hates to do, like run, right? And he started asking the other sports if they like to run, and no one said like, yeah, I like to run. Like, you'll be amazed with that. That's pretty interesting. So make sure you don't let your conditioning fall, because preseason, like, man, just do some running or something if you play sports. It's really easy to lose your conditioning really quick. Okay, this is just a suggestion. Okay, so really important, fasting. Okay, number one thing that I want you to take away from this: intermittent fasting. Fasting is not magic. Okay, same as keto, same on all of that. I like fasting because it's a good strategy. As you see it here, I have a pencil, like, write down. Can you see that? I don't know how to erase that. But basically, you limit the amount of time that you eat. So, for a matter of fact, you're going to have less food. Okay, so timing does not really matter. I usually fast in the morning, but it's a preference, not because I'm going to lose fat and all the fancy shit that you see in social media. But as I said, this is a great strategy to limit the food, right? If you do not have, for example, breakfast, and you save the calories that you usually have for breakfast for later, you can have a bigger meal, let's say for dinner, or sometimes I like to say, like, instead of having breakfast and lunch, have some brunch in the middle of both times. So you just do one meal, and then you can have a bigger meal later on. Again, see what you can tolerate. Not everyone is built for fasting. So it's just a suggestion. Try it. The best way to fight through fasting is drinking water, drinking no calories drink, ideally green tea or tea. Do not add milk in there. Black coffee. If it doesn't have calories, it does not break your fast. Okay, so make sure you stay hydrated. One really important thing, like stay busy, right? How many times have you listened like, I do not eat, I've been at work the whole day and I haven't eaten? I heard it a few times from my clients, right? If you're busy, some people just, they do not like to eat during the day. So implement that, see how it goes. As I said, it's just a suggestion, because fasting, I'm sure that at the beginning it will suck. Like, it's not something nice to do, but once you get used to, remember that we come from animals that used to fast, right? If you didn't hunt, you didn't have your meal. So, and we have the ability to adapt. So keep that in mind. It takes time, but it's our human nature. Okay. Okay, so another thing that you can try, again, just a suggestion, try doing some exercise fasting. Really important that you listen to your body and you understand if you're capable of doing it. Okay. If I got around like, I don't know, like 10 years ago, I would definitely pass out. Now I'm a little bit more used to than before. So listen to your body, see what you can do as part of that. And one really important thing, to be able to fast, you need mental strength. So work on your meditation. Shout out to Eric. He taught me this, right? Whenever you want to change something, you need mental strength. So meditation is a great way to control that. Okay. Why is it fast? Why does it feel like time has stopped? Yeah, yeah. That's a funny thing. Like break your fast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Time goes slow. And if you don't tolerate that, you need to get used to. It's not that hard once you get used to. As I said, probably the first week, if you want to implement it, for some time, first few week or 2 weeks will be a little bit hard, but then it's something that you get used to, right? Same as when you used to skip breakfast, right? Some people, like, they do not do fasting, they just don't like to have breakfast, and that's the same thing. Okay, anyone has any question about fasting?
I sure do not.
What about
Okay.
like water like enhancers like Mio and stuff like that? They say
So
it's no calories, but do you think that would break a fast or no?
No,
I
it won't. I have a
it
friend that
doesn't
does,
break.
he fasts
Yeah.
all the time, and that's what he does for the water. But he does like a 72-hour and 100-hour fast. So he gets
Oh,
all the mineral salts that your body needs that you can't go without, and he mixes that in his water too.
oh,
So, but
okay.
he'll use Mio because there's no calories. That's why that's why that people tell you to get it. It's the
Yeah.
same thing when you can't eat. You want some kind of sauce on your meat. Hot sauce is 0 calories because it's made straight from peppers.
Hmm. Yeah, if I'm drinking a gallon a day, man, it's got to taste like something at some point.
Right.
Yeah,
There's a lot
like
of it's a lot of
electrolytes,
water, man.
lemons,
What about
Yeah,
milk.
squeezing?
lemons are good.
What'd you say, Stephanie?
What about squeezing lemon juice? Squeezing lemons into your water? Lemon and
Yeah.
mint?
During the fast, it depends. It depends. Some people like because lemons have calories in it because it's a fruit and it's acidic. So sometimes it just depends on what kind of fast you're doing. You could though. Like you can even do sparkling water. I've done that before. Anybody got a high V where they live at? They got those liter 88 cent. I think they're $1 now. Uh, liters of water that's flavored. You can do those too. It's carbonated though, so you'll feel full from it.
Yeah, carbonated drinks are really good
Mhm.
too. They keep your stomach full. Good question with the lemons. If you're trying the fasting, I would stay away at least at the beginning. Pick something that just has um 0 calories, some electrolytes to make it taste better. Um, but yeah, if you're trying a fasting protocol, the main thing is like don't break your fast. So make sure you're having something that does not has any calories. Okay.
Oh.
Well, I cannot erase that line. I tried, but I couldn't.
I've been trying to
So
wipe that shit off my screen for like 5 minutes, man.
I have the eraser here, and I cannot erase it. Like it says, erase all the ink on the slide, and I cannot pick on it. Maybe I need to go back in and stop sharing it. But yeah, I'm sorry about that. So main takeaway and conclusion as of this is basically there is a lot of opportunities to win during vacation or during these holidays. Okay, and also you can still enjoy your holidays and your traveling. So that's what I want you to take away from it, right? Some tips and tricks that you can implement. Remember that it's not going to be perfect by any means. You can add small things to win in this vacation, and there is a lot of opportunities. And remember that you got this. Okay. Book of the month. Wait, let me read the chat. Absolute Steam. I love it. Yeah. Carbonated. Yep. So book of the month, Principles by Ray Dalio. So is this one? This is the cover page. Okay. I have it here. I read it. It's long. So main thing that it says is basically rely on principles. Ray Dalio, he teaches his own principles in the book. You have some quotes that basically he says, but main takeaways is learn from your mistakes, right? Every day you can become better, and you're going to mess it up and fail. So it's how you adapt to that certain situation. As you see it here, failure often provides way to take small break, learn your lessons, adapt, and get back better. Every day you can become better. Eric has a tat that he says like "be better each day." I don't know if anybody's seen that, but yeah.
It
And
says be better
you
than
can create.
yesterday.
Okay, almost there. Like I remember that you had the tat, but I don't. You showed me that one of the first time that we met. So core principles will help you succeed in whatever aspect of life that you want. Dreams, reality, and determination means a successful life. And there is always a way to improve. Anyone read this book?
No, sir.
Okay, it's from an investor, billionaire. It's a good one. You can always also, I know that Scott, the other meeting, he sent a link to a video that you can, basically a book or documental that you can watch on YouTube. So if you don't like to read, you can go on YouTube, search for Principles Ray Dalio, 30 minutes video that teaches you this book, okay? Client of the month, he's not here, he's at work, is Scott Tutson, okay? He dropped 39 pounds in 19 weeks, all the way from 246 to 207. He's a rock star. He absolutely destroys all the goals. And Even these pictures are not even updated. I think these ones are from 15 days ago, and he keeps losing. He was a little bit worried about overcoming a few plateaus that he or goals that he had a few years ago, and he's lighter than when he met his wife, and that's like 20 years ago or something like that. He also fits in his army uniform, and yeah, he's a machine. Like he absolutely destroyed everything. And that's the end of it. Anyone has any question or anything that you want to address or talk about?
You can unshare your screen, Tomas. Let's hear some of these plans for Christmas and New Year's.
For Christmas, we're gonna stay in town. We have family coming down, and